For nearly 30 years, Ilchi Lee has helped hundreds of thousands of people worldwide live healthier and more productive lives. His goal is to reach 100 million people, a critical mass for healing Mother Earth. It's an ambitious goal, but for Ilchi Lee, it's a mission with a moral imperative. Our future and that of our children hang in the balance. Born in the midst of the Korean War, Ilchi Lee had questions about life and death from an early age. Growing up was a struggle. Ilchi had a learning disability. He could not concentrate, could not study. He felt worthless. Ilchi didn't understand the purpose of his life. Alone, he found comfort in the quiet of nature and practiced martial arts to channel his unfocused energy. He failed the college entrance exams twice. Ilchi had no direction, no hope. One day, he noticed the village garbage piling up by the creek. Ilchi decided to act. For 2 months, he worked non-stop, taking the trash to a nearby mountain and burying it. When it was done, he planted hundreds of pumpkin seeds on the ground above the trash. After they grew, he shared them with the whole village. For the first time in his life, he felt he had done something worthwhile. He learned that something positive can even come from a pile of trash. Eventually, he passed the college exam and majored in pathology, got married, had 2 sons, and found a good job. Still unfulfilled, the same questions haunted him. He became desperate for answers and journeyed to Mount Moak, a spiritual mountain in South Korea. On the mountain, he spent day after day alone, without food or sleep, always asking. On the 21st day, his head felt like it was ready to explode. He knew he was about to die. At that moment, he surrendered himself to the universe. Suddenly, the cosmos opened inside him. A deafening crash seemed to transport him to another world. He realized he was one with the universe. All the questions of his life were answered. Ilchi envisioned 2 futures for the Earth. One, destroyed by humanity. The other, alive and flourishing. He chose to share enlightenment and heal the Earth. He started with a paralyzed stroke victim in the park. This was the beginning of the Dan Yoga system for holistic health. 5 years later, in 1985, he opened the first Dan Center. Over the next few years, Dan centers spread throughout South Korea. But his mission had only just begun. In 1991, Ilchi flew into New York City with dreams to share his enlightenment with the rest of the world. Over time, Ilchi opened Dan Yoga Centers and drove across America in a used car with 3 students to search for a uniquely spiritual land to develop his philosophy and training methods. After years of searching, Ilchi discovered Sedona, Arizona, a place of sacred energy surrounded by red rock cliffs. He created meditation tours to give visitors deep insights into their true selves. Day after day, Ilchi climbed Bell Rock, one of Sedona's most powerful vortexes, where he would meditate to get messages from heaven. One morning on Bell Rock, an apparition of a kind old man showed Ilchi a retreat center the man used to own. He told Ilchi to claim the land because it was destined to become the center of a new spiritual civilization. Ilchi described the land to a realtor who took him to a property now known as the Sedona Mago Retreat Center. Ilchi later learned that the old man was Lester Levinson, who had died 2 years earlier. He was the founder of the Sedona method. The message from Lester Levinson seemed to perfectly match Ilchi's own vision. But buying the land would mean risking all that he had worked for in the past 15 years. The land and facilities were run down and abandoned. A grand challenge of time, effort, and money would be needed to rebuild, none of which Ilchi had. One day, after months of deliberating, Ilchi visited the land once more. Out of frustration, he demanded a clear answer from heaven. A lightning bolt struck the earth only feet from Ilchi. The answer could not have been clearer. He purchased the land and began to rebuild it. His efforts and determination inspired the help of many volunteers. The purchase of Mago Retreat Center has opened new possibilities for spreading his message of global enlightenment. Ilchi was asked to open the 2000 UN Peace Summit with a prayer for peace. He was recognized by the UN as one of the world's 50 preeminent spiritual leaders. And he personally met with Nobel Peace Laureates Al Gore and Oscar Arias Sanchez, among other dedicated activists and educators. By hosting events like the annual Humanity Conference, Ilchi has also continued to spread the word of human progress. As part of this global effort, he has gone on to open more than 1,000 Dan Yoga centers around the world and continues to add to his lasting legacy, authoring 31 books, including 3 bestsellers on the nature and development of the human brain. Ilchi also continues to develop new programs and methods of brain education, focusing on the brain as the key force behind all human potential. His research organization, the Korea Institute of Brain Science, has been formally recognized by the UN. He continues to spread the essential tenets of brain education through IBREA, the International Brain Education Association, and the annual International HSP Brain Olympiad, which gives young people a chance to flex their minds. To educate future leaders, Ilchi opened the International University of Brain Education and the Institute for Korean Cultural Studies, where tens of thousands of students receive peace education every year. At the same time, he developed educational facilities like Mago Garden in Canada, South Korea, Japan, and New York. Ilchi Lee's latest inspiration is the Mago Community Project in Sedona, Arizona, the next step of his vision to connect all people to the earth. But the man who so long ago asked that simple but profound question, "Who am I?" has an even bigger dream. Ilchi Lee has issued a call to action to every citizen of our planet. He's named it the Earth Citizen Movement, a cause that hopes to enlist 100 million people strong to do battle with global pollution, poverty, disease, and illiteracy, all through a $1 a month donation targeted to meet United Nations goals. And like Ilchi Lee's own life and life's work, the fate of this mission and our future lie in the power of one. After all, one person can change a life. 100 million can change the world.